Book 36 of 2019 was Coraline by Neil Gaiman. This was for a bonus book club, because we're now doing book club and bonus book club. I'd heard of this before. I knew it existed but wasn't quite sure what it was. I mean, it's a children's book basically, and I didn't know that when I was going to read it, but yeah, it's a children's book. I think if you're a child, like, you'll probably really like it, but as an adult I'm not really that impressed by it, because it's a children's book. But having said that, I mean, it is quite good in the sense of it's a little bit like Hansel and Gretel's. You know, when they see the gingerbread house and it's really attractive. It's kind of like reminiscent of that, reminded me of that, because Coraline's basically, bless her, bored in the house. Her mum and dad are not interested in her at all. Like, her dad's working, her mum's, you know, doing whatever. And she wants some attention and she's getting no attention. She's being left on her own. And she kind of gets almost, like, what's the word? Like, attracted to this pretend mum who's giving her lots of attention and who's lovely to her, and a pretend dad, or the mum they're called. And you know, life is perfect in this other kind of reality where, you know, she's got all these exciting toys and there's loads of interesting things to do and whatever. And then it turns out that, like, she's in dire consequences, because this other mum is actually like a horrible, you know, like, evil kind of person, and she's tried to make Coraline give up her eyes by sewing buttons onto her eyes. Kind of made me remember, you know, like Ursula in Little Mermaid, when she steals, well, she doesn't steal, does she? She takes Ariel's singing voice in trade for legs. It's almost like, you know, that cautionary tale of, don't trust, like, someone who seems to be offering you something that's too good to be true, because they have ulterior motives and they're going to do you over. It's almost like, you know, it's like life, isn't it? You know, there's always someone who is pretending to have your best interests at heart and pretending like, you know, they can't possibly do anything to help you out, but actually, like, they're evil inside and that they're actually trying to do you over. It's just life, isn't it? So that was kind of like, interesting that Neil Gaiman kind of incorporates that into the story. I'm trying to think if there was any other, the other messages, like, you know, Coraline, like, I mean, if you're a child reading this, like, it is quite scary. Like, I was quite scared. Like, she's in the basement at one point and there's this, like, glutinous, I don't know, jelly kind of, like, sluggy kind of creature. Glutinous, is that the word? God, words escape me when I do these. And it's quite scary. Like, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna get her, kind of thing. And like, oh my god, the hand in the door's gonna get her. Like, I was actually thinking that when I was reading it. So as a child, like, it's quite scary in that sense. Very kind of gothic in that sense. You know, I'm saying that, I'm just got distracted by the black cat. Very gothic. And so, I've lost my thread of thought now. This is what happens when you have a glass of wine before you do this. So, that was it. So it's very, very scary. So, like, it's almost like kind of saying, like, be brave, and even if something's really, really scary, like, you have to do the right thing. Like, you have to try and save all the souls in the cupboard. You try and get your mum and dad back, even though they don't pay you any attention, like, because they're your mum and dad. And it's kind of like being brave and doing something even though you really don't want to do it, and even though it's quite scary. Like, I was quite scared as well when they were in the, like, spider pod thing, and I was like, oh, it's gonna get her. So it kind of was a bit suspenseful in that way. But yeah, it's for kids, and I mean, it's probably great for kids, but it's a bit long really for kids. Like, but what's really nice actually is that it's been illustrated, so like there's loads of, like, you probably can't see this, there's a lot of, like, illustrations throughout it. So, but it was odd because they're before what actually happens in the chapter, so like, you look at that and you kind of, like, know what's going to happen. It would have made sense if that was after. Like, to me that would have made more sense if I'd have read it first and then looked at it. But then maybe this is to help you vision it as you're reading it, I don't know. So it was alright for children, you know, but I wouldn't rave about it and recommend it to anyone. I would recommend it to a child, definitely, but I don't know if I'd really want to disturb a child with it. Like, it is quite, like, disturbing for a little kid, I think. Um, but, you know, kids like horror stories and ghosty stories and stuff like that, don't they? So maybe it would be kind of, you know, attractive in that way. So yeah, it was alright, but I won't be reading anything like that again.